Back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brady Matusezewski of Brighton Boys Cross Country. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. I know you just capped off
Awesome.
a career of all 4 years running boys cross country at Brighton. Of course, the result was not what you wanted at MIS. Of course, you guys came in third. Still a solid result, but obviously, of course, capping it off with two state titles and being a part of both teams, and it's what a team effort for sure throughout your 4
Mhm.
years.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's just the team. It's been so awesome just to have all those guys. Like, just always have training partners. I've talked about before with like Tyler and Jack and Quinn and all those guys. Just constantly having people to look up to, and Jack Spamer and Zach Stewart. All those guys just always having just such a great team and a great team culture. Just very blessed with that.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and I know that this is a crazy stat. I know it's a team sport, but you were part of both title teams, the 19 team as well as the 21 team. Talk about that for a second, and what's it like just being a part of both of them?
Yeah, I mean, just such a blessing. I mean, just coming in, I know 2018, they didn't really have the result they wanted. Just kind of end of season stuff, but just coming on to the 2019, it was just like the culture immediately was we are going to win a state championship. A lot of that came from one of my friends, Dan Campbell. He was a senior at the time. He would always say like, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna hurt a lot more to lose a state championship. So just like from the get go, that culture was to win, and we ended up going undefeated that season. So we never really tasted losing at all. We were just constantly just winning all these races, and it was very good because that was a really good learning experience for me, just learning from those upper guys. And I mean that was a great year. Like you couldn't have asked for anything better. All those seniors, they've been with Elsie for 4 years, and LC kind of molded them into the runners they became. So it was pretty cool in 2019. And then coming to 2021, no one really expected us to come back from 2019. Everyone was kind of like, well, they had Jack, Zach, Scott, and Andrew Hanna and Dan Campbell. I mean, that's five seniors in the top seven, and it's hard to rebuild from that. But after a short 2 years, we came back, and Quinn Cullen came around, Jack Campbell came around, myself, Tyler Langley, Risto Kraus, Lucas Sang, I think Dylan White, like all of us kind of came together, and we were like, you know what, we won in 2019, but we can do it again. We got the formula. So that team was just as good. I mean, we lost a few times, but like the team culture, team atmosphere, we knew what we had to do, and it was great. Just such a blessing to win on that day and just compete so well throughout that season. So yeah.
So looking back, when you look back at your time there, and what was the biggest thing that you learned when you were on that 19 team from those guys?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing I learned was that like adversity happens. Like I know we didn't lose, but like specifically from the 5 spot to like the 10 spot, we're all fighting for those top 7 spots. And it was like basically Dan Campbell, me, Andrew Hanna, Jack Campbell, Donovan White, Andrew again. They were all like fighting for these spots, and just like adversity happened. Like we lost, people were getting knocked out of the spot. You were getting put in, and it was just like just a lot of that happening. But even through that, even through competing against your teammates, it still like bonded us and brought us close together, and we still support each other. So I'd say the biggest thing is like that competitive nature, but also like we're still a team. And then also just like adversity happens, but you gotta fight through it. And you know what, it's not linear. The path is never linear. No matter, like, you put in the work, it will come eventually, but the path is never linear. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I've always wanted to ask you this. Like when you're in, the when you prepare for a race, as you get ready, and it's like everyone is so different. How do you get ready for a race? Obviously physically, with eating and all that stuff, but mentally, how do you get ready? Because it's like, do you talk to everybody, or is everyone just a little bit more reserved, kind of everyone just kind of get in their own headspace and all that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with either approach, but what's your approach to that?
Yeah, so like you said, everyone has their own stuff. Personally, I'm like I used to be a big music guy. I used to be a put in the headphones and kind of shut everyone out and be serious. But I've learned over the years that like kind of just distracting yourself and having fun with it almost makes you run faster. Like when I'm really nervous or uptight for a race, I find it nice to like on the warm up just like talk about different stuff like regionals. We were warming up and I literally told Elsie, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot we were racing." Like it was just so it was just like talking with the guys and like having fun. I think that's very important. So for me, just like talking, kind of distracting myself, and then also just like pre-meet, like the day before, just knowing like what I have to do, planning out what you got to do, and just making sure like you're like, okay, no matter where I am in the race, I'm gonna make a move here. So like knowing what you have to do, but also before the race, just having fun, staying loose, and feeling good.
Yeah. So going into that, do you feel like that kind of helped you as, throughout your career? It's like, hey, I'm just having fun out here. It's like, hey, look, well, what's going on?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah. Running sometimes sucks. It hurts for sure. So it's like yeah, there are other sports where it's like you're like basketball. I played basketball a while back, and like I was never nervous because it never really hurt. I don't know, there wasn't pain involved. So like for running, it's like there's a lot of pain involved, and I find it important to just kind of be like, you're doing this for fun. You're out here for fun, and just having like, and that kind of gives me confidence too. I'm here. I'm ready to race, and I belong here. So.
Yeah. And of course, you're going to continue your career, if in case you haven't noticed. Here's a big hint there. Of course, you announced last week on your Instagram that you're going to be continuing your cross country career at Xavier. Of course, I don't know, Xavier's in the Big East. So what made the decision to go all the way down to Ohio?
Yeah, so it wasn't easy. I mean, Ohio, like Michiganders, we don't really like Ohio,
Yeah,
but
I mean, full context. Of course, if I'm not mistaken, both your parents went to Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, yeah. So we're not huge fans of Ohio, but Xavier's not Ohio State, so it's okay. Yeah. So I chose there because I contacted the coach after my track season, Coach Burrows. I contacted him and we kind of got talking and I went for a visit there and I met the team and I mean they're just amazing guys and they kind of all have the same goal. It's a pretty young team. Coach Burrows just came like 2 years ago, but it's a young team, so we're kind of like rebuilding and hopefully getting to a Big East championship. That would be my goal for the team. So I just love the team atmosphere and everything they were about, and just like yeah, we're young and we're gonna turn this team around. So I'm excited for that kind of rebuilding process of Xavier and being Division 1. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, it is. Of course, you got the track season coming up as well. I know that kind of wrapping up the season with some last chance meets and all that stuff. How excited are you for the track part of the season?
I am very excited. By so me and Tyler, we've been talking about this a lot, and Tyler's definitely more of a he loves cross country more, and I love track more. And I think it's just because I think I perform better in track. I got a little more speed on my legs, but I love track. It's really fun because you just kind of get to let loose and be with some sprinters too. So like on the team, like we're around sprinters too, so around a different group of guys, and yeah, I love track. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for the indoor season just to see where I am, run some special races, and just like I don't know, just have fun with it. I love track. It's awesome.
Okay, I'll finish when you look back at back at your time with this may be a better question after track season, but when you look back at your time with the cross country program and all this stuff, what are you going to remember from your times there? Obviously, the two titles obviously is going to be a big one, but what else are you going to remember?
Yeah, I mean, the 2 titles big, but I definitely think just, like, the summers. So, summer going into my freshman year, came from this, St. Pat's, which is this little private school in Brighton. Didn't really know anyone, from the public school besides some basketball teammates, but, just the summers and just having fun with the guys, playing ultimate frisbee, playing nuke 'em, just on those runs, talking about stuff, like, as a senior, I kind of feel like an old man because I'm telling all the youngsters, all the freshmen, like you're gonna remember this, and it's gonna be awesome. Like you have to cherish these moments, and it's like now that I'm a senior, also like just I ran like 4 miles with the guys today, and I remember like freshman and sophomore year running in the cold. It was like, oh, this sucks, but this year it's like I love this, and I'm like savoring every moment. So I think just like every run, all the games we play, that kind of stuff, just the team camaraderie, the friends I've made, like that's what I'm gonna remember, and that's what's most important to me. Definitely in cross country.
Let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's see. Racing superstitions. Do you have any?
Oh Lord. So I kind of used to. I used to always wear the same exact bracelet. Um, and then I started racing bad with the bracelet on. So I was like, okay, I can't wear a bracelet. So I took the bracelet off. A few other superstitions is I always wear a hat when I warm up and when I cool down. So my hair is usually a little crazy during the race because I have hat head. Um, and then also my Coach Elsie, he told us to do this freshman year. So instead of like on hot days warming up in like shorts, like our racing shorts, we'll pull on some basketball shorts, and he always calls it a sneak attack because you're like the competition doesn't know you're there. You're wearing basketball shorts and then take them off. So I always wear basketball shorts and always wear a hat when I'm warming up now. So that's kind of my superstition, I guess.
Yeah, and of course you're wearing a hat right now. So
I know, yeah, exactly.
um, let's see. Like a pre-race meal. Something you
Um,
eat the same thing or
yeah, so what it used to be. I used to do pizza, which was a little out there. But yeah, I used to do pizza, but now I usually do Gus's. There's this like meal for two Mastutroli meal. So it's Mastutroli and then you get breadsticks and like a Greek salad. So I'll usually do that. And usually racing on like Saturdays. So my parents usually go out to dinner and then I just eat the Mastutroli alone in the kitchen. So yeah.
for sure. And for those of you who aren't from this area, Gus's is really good, just so you know.
So good.
Um, okay. Let's see. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh gosh. Gosh, there's this really good one that someone said. I think it would be teleportation because driving's fun. I like it, but sometimes it's annoying. Like we just moved. I used to be 3 minutes from high school, and now I'm like 20, which I'm driving myself, so it's not like horrible, but like it's still like somewhat annoying in the morning. So I'd say teleportation, so I can like skip those drives, and I get car sick and car sick a lot, like on long road trips. So teleportation would definitely be the way to go for me.
Yeah, how did you survive all those bus rides then?
Yeah, I don't know. I bus rides, it's actually surprising. Bus rides are the one thing I don't really get sick on. So it kind of worked out, I guess.
Like if you're in someone's car, like do you have to be like are like if you're driving, are you fine or is it like if you're in the front seat or like if you sit in the back seat, it's like that's like yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. So I get this from my mom actually. I we took me and the Campbells and a few other guys took a road trip to the Upper Peninsula this summer, and I was sitting in the back, and we were all like squished together and it was super hot. And like we were driving down this really windy road in the Upper Peninsula, and I was like, guys, we need to stop. And we just stopped on the side of the road. I like laid on the side of the road for like 20 minutes. I was just like, I just need a second. I need to like recover because I was so sick. It was bad. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. What is something people do not know about you?
Do not know about me. Hmm. I think I'd say that I'm really into disc golf. Kind of happened over COVID. I love playing ultimate a lot, so I got into disc golf. So I'll go out and play disc golf a lot. Me, the Campbells again, and a few other guys might go and play every once in a while. So I'd say I'm really into disc golf and also basketball. I played in middle school. So like anytime, like during my 2 week break, like right now I'm on my 2 week break between cross country and track. So I'll play basketball a lot too. So just two sports that I like to play outside of running.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Brady Matusezewski, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and congrats on a great career, and best of luck at Xavier next year. Maybe we'll have you on during track season. How about that?
That would be awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.